The global warming fanatics are indeed right about one thing. The world will burn up. But it's not going to be because of your combustion engine. I want to share a couple thoughts here about global warming from a Christian worldview. 3 points. First, Christians are called to be good stewards of creation. There's no question about that. Second point, do not idolize this creation. Romans 1 talks all about people who worship creation instead of the creator. That's what these wacky environmentalists do. They're more concerned about the rights of animals and trees than they are human beings who are made in God's image. Alex was talking a bit about this earlier. They got it backwards, of course. When you get things backwards, you're going to get things screwed up. That's why I ask all of us to avoid the term Mother Earth. It falls right into their trap. There is no Mother Earth, only God, the Creator. Third point, the world will indeed burn up. Some Christians will say, the rainbow is a symbol that God will never destroy the earth. That's not what it says. In Genesis, it says the rainbow is a sign of his promise that the waters shall never again become a flood to destroy all flesh. But that's not the same as saying he'll never destroy the earth. He just said he won't destroy it by flooding it. It's going to be destroyed by fire. So when the earth is destroyed by fire, it will be quite warm. 2 Peter 3:10 says, but the day of the Lord will come like a thief, and then the heavens will pass away with a roar, and the heavenly bodies will be burned up and dissolved, and the earth and the works that are done on it will be exposed. So if you think that humans are a problem for the planet, just wait until you see what Jesus is going to do to it. It's going to be so hot. Be all the hydrogen bombs that man could ever conceive of making all at once. And then what's going to come out of that? Well, it's Revelation 21:1. Then I saw a new heaven and a new earth. For the first heaven and the first earth had passed away, and the sea was no more. No need to get distracted by all these environmentalists. They may say they care about the environment, but they don't really. To them, it's just a way to worship an idol, a pseudo way to give their life something that looks like a purpose. But they're not really environmentalists. They can't name you the trees that are in their neighborhood or certain types of animals. They don't really care about nature. They just say they do. We should, though. We as conservatives and Christians should. We should go out and enjoy nature. Get out there. We want it to be nice and clean and beautiful. But we don't have to worry about it being destroyed. Be a good steward, of course. That's point number one. Be a good steward. Don't intentionally make it dirty, right? But we don't need to worship it either. Every so often I see an article about the number of animals that are going extinct this year. Take a guess of it. How many animals do you think are going extinct this year? It's something like 100. Like 100 animals go extinct. And people are like, wow, that's unbelievable. That's terrible. 100 animals is something like 0.001% of all the species on the earth. It's fine. The earth's fine. And also, and there's no articles ever written about this, but every year there's about 18,000 new species discovered. And only about half of those are insects. We think there's something like 1.7 million species on the earth. But it's impossible to know. If you counted them, it would take millions of years to try to categorize them all. You can't do it. So it's way beyond what we can even fathom. Don't worry about the planet, is my point. The planet's fine. It will survive your Great Pacific Garbage Patch that doesn't exist. It'll survive your Anwar oil drilling. It'll survive your soda cans. It'll survive your oil spills. By the way, a vast majority of the oil that's in our oceans is from natural leakage. That's under the ground and in the ocean. It just comes up on its own. Right? So if anything, that's an argument that it's better to hurry up and get all the oil out of the ground so it stops leaking into the ocean on its own. The earth's going to be fine. Let's enjoy it while we're here. But it was never made to be permanent. The planet's not eternal. There's a new heaven and a new earth coming. We did a series of podcasts around Thanksgiving about how we need to live our life, if I may suggest, like the pilgrims, with a posture of the pilgrim. And the way that the pilgrims viewed the world is that we're just passing through. We're pilgrims passing through. And the earth is a pilgrim too. It will be fine. We need to focus more on our Creator and stop the worshiping of the creation. Listen, do not be afraid. Do not be afraid. All the COVID and the global warming alarmists, it's all about fear. And you have nothing to fear. Job 14 says your days are numbered. There's nothing you can do to extend them. So Job 14, your days are numbered. You cannot extend them. The same is true for our planet. Let's be good stewards of it, but no need to worship it. And the global warming people are right about something. It will one day all burn up. But that won't be your fault. Mike Slater, The Green Agenda Exposed. Thanks for being here on The First TV.